Good evening, everybody. I hope this finds everyone doing well, and I do apologize. We are going to do 2 recordings of our presentation on our Faith Formation year for this year. This is Amy Kohlrig. I am the Director of Religious Education for the middle school and high school students. And unfortunately, we were having some technical difficulties on our first meeting that we had at the Parish Center. Our microphone died and some Wi-Fi issues. So I do apologize. So if you could not hear, we are offering a second recording of just going through this presentation. We really just wanted to make sure that everybody was able to get the information and fully understand what we're trying to do. And I think this first slide here really says it all. It's all about family, faith, and fun. And that's really what we want to focus on this year. And we have had to make changes. COVID right now, the way it is set up, we just don't have a choice, unfortunately. And so we do have to make some changes with our program. And so that's what we're going to talk about. And if you'll give me a minute here, my PowerPoint will catch up with me here. So first of all, we'll start with our parish mission statement. And St. Patrick's Parish is a community empowered by the Spirit of God to love, serve, and welcome all to Christ. And as a family of common faith, we encourage stewardship by living out our baptismal call. And I thought this was a good thing to put on here, that this is our mission, and we are trying to live out our baptismal call and through our faith and through teaching our children our faith. And so that's what our hope is here. So first of all, I already mentioned it a little bit, but why are we changing? Well, COVID-19, as you know, has created new challenges, and it's created new challenges for everybody. We need to be able to show that we can ensure a safe learning environment for our children, because the last thing we want to do is have something unsafe. And then we also want to encourage and bolster the domestic church. And so the domestic church is the church at home. We need to encourage and bolster that up. So some considerations we have is we want to make sure that we are present, that we continue to be a presence to you and your children, to lift them up, to encourage them. We want to help families stay connected to God, to one another and their faith community. We do want to simplify what we're doing. I know parents and children are anxious about returning to school and faith formation. We're all just getting in the groove. This is the second week of back to school, and I know there's been some changes coming out, at least with some middle school, high school. And we just want to make sure that we try to alleviate any anxiousness somebody might have. We want to make sure that we stay in constant communication with everyone. We do utilize bulletin announcements. We utilize email blasts. We use our Facebook, and we also use our parish app. And if you need help getting connected to our parish app, please ask anyone at the office. We definitely can help you out. We want to make sure that we provide meaningful activities and experiences for our youth. We want them to want to come to faith formation and have it be meaningful to them and those experiences. But then the next bullet point is probably one of the most important. We want to make sure that they have fun. We want children to have an enjoyable experience that helps bring them closer to God and one another. We don't want them dreading coming to faith formation. We want them to enjoy it and have fun. And generally when they're having fun, they're learning. And then again, we want to make sure that we ask questions and we remain flexible. So the format that we're going to use this year is our meetings are going to run from October through April. We are going to meet once a month by grade level. So our kindergarten through second graders are going to meet the first Wednesday of each month, same time frame. All grades actually are same time frame this year. So kindergarten through second is the first Wednesday, third through fifth is the second Wednesday, 6th through 8th is the third Wednesday, and then high school will also be that third Wednesday at their normal time of 7:30 to 9. And then that fourth Wednesday of the month, we're going to still hold that for if we need to have confirmation students having any kind of additional meetings, maybe some mentor meetings, but then also that extreme faith, if we're able to resume that, which we hope we are. And we're just waiting for the all clear on being able to sing. So we'll keep that fourth Wednesday reserved for that. We are going to send home weekly gospels for the K through 10th graders, and those will have things that they'll be discussing at home. Our confirmation students are going to have a little bit different format, and there will be a parent meeting separate for just the confirmation students. And then we are going to follow the color-coded system that is being used by the Sydney Public Schools. So if any of you have a student in Sydney Public Schools, I know you're very familiar with that color-coded system probably. If you are in one of our neighboring schools, that will might be new to you, but it's very easy to follow along. So a sample meeting for what we'd be looking at for our K through 8th graders is they'll come in, we're going to do welcome and prayer. We'll do some kind of fun activity that focuses on whatever our monthly topic is. Then we'll reserve some time to discuss that topic. And of course, we can't forget snack time and some closing thoughts and prayers, and then we'll clean up and go home. Now for our high school students, it's going to be basically the same thing. We are going to have a more time though for our discussion time. And these times are not set in stone. This is just a sample, just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Now the catechist role is going to be a little bit different. What is needed? We do need catechists. Catechists are so important to our program. And we do need them to help us facilitate and lead the activities that we're going to be doing. But the nice thing about this new format is it's going to require little to no preparation. And if there is preparation ahead of time, we will work with you. So that preparation and the activities, we're going to be doing it more of a rally style. So we'll be in the dining hall. That way, with fewer students, we can socially distance appropriately. And Joan and I will help kind of get things started, and then the catechist will have them help us with those activities. Our high school students, we are going to look to have them help us with facilitating and leading some discussion. There will be some small amount of prep required for the high school students so that they, for the discussions that are going to need to be led. So those catechists that will help us with our high school students will be getting with you. Of course, we always need room monitoring and then mentoring youth, because we are so important and you are so important as a catechist in mentoring our youth. But the really nice thing about how this will be structured is there's going to be no lesson plans, which I know I have been a catechist as well, and sometimes that is difficult to find time. And so we're going to help you with that part of it. And then no need to find a sub, because I know we all have another life. Life gets in the way sometimes and things happen. And there have been many times where both Joan and I have had to jump in and sub a class, and then we've needed still yet another sub or two. So we want to try to alleviate some of that stress. Now, parents, very critical role here. Parents, we want to make sure that you're present with your child, both at church and at home. We want you to talk about your faith with your children. We want you to attend weekly masses. Our K through 8th, we want you to participate in those monthly meetings with your child. The high school students, you're definitely welcome to come. I know a lot of times the high school students, they kind of want their parents to go away, but you're welcome to come to those as well. Just definitely not as required. And then we're going to just send all the weekly review material home. So we'll be meeting once a month, but then those weeks where we are not meeting, you will have material that you can review at home, and it'll be those gospel weeklies. All right, so here's our chart, our color chart. Again, it's very similar to the schools. So our protocols, while we're in green and yellow, is we will meet monthly. If we do go to orange or red, we are going to just do strictly learn from home. For entering the building, we ask that all students come in through the north entrance, and then they're all going to exit through the dining hall exit. That way, again, we're just having a one-way traffic, and we'll do that again if we're in yellow. Hand washing, we will have hand washing, and we do have hand washing or hand sanitizer station right at the entrance of that north entrance. So as students come in, we'll ask them to use some hand sanitizer, and then we'll also ask them to, as they leave, use hand sanitizer. Pre-screening temperature check, we just really encourage you parents to check your children before they come, talk to them, see how school they went, see how they're feeling, you know, check their temperature, because if they're not feeling well, we definitely want them to stay home. Now, the water fountain is not going to be used, so if your child does need a drink, please make sure that they bring a water bottle. Food, snacks, all important snacks for our kiddos, and snacks will be provided. They are going to be prepackaged to, again, minimize contact, and we'll take into consideration if there are any allergies. We'll make sure we watch for that. For visitors, parents are encouraged to attend and participate with their children. We really can't stress enough. We want to encourage you because you are the primary educators of your child, and so we want to encourage you to come. And then those masks, when entering, so our 1st through 12th graders, we are requiring that when they enter the building and when they exit the building that they do wear a mask. This should be very similar to them going to school, so that shouldn't be anything new for at least our Sydney students. While they're in the dining hall, as long as they're the 6 feet apart or socially distanced, then we're okay with them taking them off. And we are going to try to space that out. One other thing with how we're going to be spacing kids out is we are going to have seating charts, excuse me. So we will have a seating chart and have a spot for each child. Again, that just helps so that if we would have somebody unfortunately could get sick, it helps with contact tracing. We can show who was around them, that type of thing. All right. So what curriculum is being used? So for our K through 10th graders, it's called FLOM Gospel Weeklies, and it's sent home monthly, and it'll be each week has a separate component to it. So we ask that you review that with your children. The Gospel Weeklies are great. They're for the younger kids, K through 6, I think it is only a 4-page little pamphlet, and the 7 through 10 is a little bit bigger. It's, I think, 6 pages, so it's not much bigger. And it has activities in it. It has age-appropriate pictures and discussions, and it follows the gospel that you would have heard at church. So it's a great component that goes along with our church program, or going to church, excuse me. And so we will send you home every meeting. They will get a month's worth of Gospel Weekly sent home with their children. The confirmation candidates, we're going to continue their preparation, and this year we're going to be using Call to Mercy. And then for the in-person meetings, when we're in the building, we are going to use a variety of resources to cover a monthly topic. It may go along with the Gospel Weekly for that month. It may be another topic pertinent to the liturgical year. Again, it's going to be more of a rally style type meeting or a youth group type meeting. So we want to try to keep it moving and personable and fun. And so we'll use something different for that. So what happens if someone tests positive for COVID? Same thing as school. They're going to be quarantined directed by Panhandle Public Health District. And if that's the case and you are asked to isolate or quarantine from Panhandle Health, just let us know and we'll mail the packages to you. Is there an online only option? So there's not an online only option. We are going to be using these monthly meetings and providing the hard copies. So if you still choose, you want to definitely participate, and we encourage everybody to participate. I can't stress that enough. But if you choose not to send them to the monthly meetings, please still register, because we will send you a monthly packet of those Gospel Weeklies, so you still get the information. I can't stress that enough. We still are going to provide that resource to you. It's just not online, it's a hard copy. So that's the difference there. And what happens if a child becomes sick while in class? Same thing we've always done. We're going to contact the parent immediately. And why are we not starting till October? Well, that gives us ample time to ensure that we've got all our materials in place, we've got our room set up, and it allows families time to adjust to your new school schedules, because I know a lot has been thrown at you guys with starting school back up, and they've been out of school for a while, so it's just a little different. So we want to give everybody plenty of time to adjust. Will extreme faith still be offered? Lord, I hope so. That's I love going to mass and hearing those youth sing. It's beautiful, and we've got some amazing people that take care of that, Brenda and Heather. And so we really do want to hope we can offer that. When I say a decision has not been made, that's simply because we can't sing at church right now. So hopefully we can start singing at church again soon, and then extreme faith will be right back up. How will sacramental prep be handled? So we are going to be doing that a little bit different. It is going to be separate from those monthly meetings. Our second grade students that are preparing for their first reconciliation and first Holy Communion, we're going to offer a separate class just for preparation of those important milestones. And Joan will be getting with the students that would be in second grade and setting up class time for them. So they will have extra class outside of that once a month meeting. But it is such an important time for those students and such an important milestone in their faith. And there are confirmation students, they are going to continue with what they've been doing, so this year it is our 11th and 12th graders are confirmation students. They began prep last year, and they're going to continue that prep this year in anticipation of being confirmed in the spring. And just some resources for you. We do have Formed that is free to you that you can utilize anytime to supplement or complement what we are teaching. All you need is internet access. It can be on your phone. It can be on some smart TVs. I know they have access. I believe Roku. I don't think Amazon is working yet. But there are definitely ways you can access form. And if you need any help signing up with form, please let somebody at the parish office know. We would be happy to help you. As we find any kind of free online resources, we're going to make those available to you on your website. And as always, Joan, Pat, or myself are available to you. So I do hope this gave you the information you needed. We are going to post this PowerPoint along with we have just a more detailed handout. We'll post that online as well for you to read. And again, please reach out if you have any questions. So we do appreciate everything you guys are doing, and we are excited for this school year coming up, and we can't wait to get started. So thank you again.